Morning, everyone. This is your backseat driver. And as you can see, things are a little bit out of the ordinary. I am attempting to replace the headliner in my 1991 Cadillac Seville. And if anyone has any helpful, useful advice or information on the best way to go about this, please let me know. What prompted me to do this was I was in the junkyard the other day. Well, oh, by the way, that's me right there in your rearview mirror. What prompted me to do this was I was in a junkyard. Well, they call them pull apart these days. In old days, we called it a junkyard. I was there looking for some visors to replace the old ones in my car. And this young guy stopped me. Well, relatively young. He's probably in his 30s. I'm in my 60s. So I consider that young. And he said, "Hey, what you doing?" And I said, "I'm looking for some visors for my 91 Seville." And then we got to talking. And he went on. And you know what, folks? You are officially old when someone refers to you as Unc. Okay, the guy said, "Hey, Unc, you doing it?" I can't remember exactly what he said, but he called me Unc. Anyway, we got to talking about headliners, and he was giving me some information and advice on how to do it. And I had been thinking about doing this for months because when I went to get a price for replacing it and having it done by a professional, I think the price was around $5 or $6. I don't have the money for that. Also, I just got, hold on, let me flip the camera around. I hope you can see it because I can't see what it's pointed at, but you should see my Jeep back there. So I just got that a month ago, maybe a month ago. Time flies. But so now I'm putting a lot of time, energy, and a little bit of money into that. So I don't really have a lot of money to put into Gina. So we got to talking, and he was telling me, "Yeah, you do this and do that and pull this out and unscrew that and whip, bam, bang, and it's done." Well, it's not that simple unless you have the experience doing it. Of course, if you've been doing this for a while, you know how to do it, and it's no big thing. But for someone like me who doesn't know anything about it except what I've seen on YouTube, it's really complicated and not that easy. So I figured, let me go ahead and try this. I don't have $500 or $600 to pay somebody to do it, so let me try to do it. And this is where we are, folks. It didn't take long, maybe a combined 40-50 minutes to get everything unscrewed and finally get that thing pulled out right there. And that's a mess. That's a piece of junk. It's cheap. I don't even know what type of material is underneath that white part, but it's cheaply made and it's falling apart. I'm not going to put it back in here. You can probably, well, there you go, right there. That's all over the place, excuse the language, but it's just crap. It's all over. So now I gotta come vacuum all that stuff out. And I'm gonna try to do this myself. Damn it, I keep coughing. I think I'm inhaling some of that crap. So I need to get out of here and get that vacuumed up. But I need some advice, folks. What is the best type of material to use in place of that? I don't know if it's cardboard or whatever underneath that white part of the headliner. What would you all, and this is for anybody who knows about this stuff, and I'm not looking for someone to tell me go check Google or anything like that. I'm looking for someone, I'm asking someone who has experience, hands-on experience doing this stuff. I've looked on Google and I've looked on YouTube, but I'm still looking for first-hand experience. If you can tell me the best thing to use to replace that cardboard crap, I would appreciate it, because I've been looking at fiberglass. I've been looking at, I don't know what the thickness of the wood is, but it's that real thin, lightweight wood, like not fiberboard, but pressed wood. I think that's what it's called. I've been looking at that because I got to find something better and something more long-term than that crap right there. I want to get some type of material that's going to hold up under the heat. And I'm thinking about getting some, I can't remember what it's called, but it's some type of headliner material that comes already with the foam attached. So you don't have to attach the foam to the white part of the headliner. I don't know. And that's what I keep referring to when I say white part. I don't know what that part is called. That type of material, I'm going to get that. I want to attach it to the wood or whatever material I use to go up against this. And hopefully it won't sag again until I'm dead and gone. I don't want to replace it again. This is that thing down on the ground. I had that replaced maybe 8-9 years ago. It sat up in my garage for years until recently. And once I pulled the car out, it started sagging. I don't know what made it sag after just sitting up for so long, but it did. So any advice, any information would be helpful. I would appreciate it. One last note, folks, if you hear a lot of mistakes in the video, please forgive them, because I'm still having problems with the YouTube editor. I cannot properly edit a video on there. So I want to go ahead and get this video uploaded and get it published. I might edit out a couple of small things, and other than that, please overlook the other mistakes. All right. Thanks for any information. I really appreciate it. You know what, folks? You pay someone to do a professional job on something, and then you find out that it wasn't really professionally done. Or maybe this is the industry standard. Maybe this is the way they do it. I don't know for sure, but I was thinking that when this was redone, that the guy started by removing all of the old material, which he did not. I just discovered that this is the old headliner material right here. What he did was he just put glue on top of that and then put on this new material over the top of it. I don't know, maybe that would explain the reason for this stuff falling down again so soon after having it redone. And then this crap right here is not helping at all. This stuff is just, look at this. It's a mess. I'm not putting this back in my car. I'll go without a headliner first. All right, just wanted to add that. Hold on, one more thing. For anyone else who is considering doing this, by the way, this is not a how to do it video, but anyone else considering doing this, just want to give you a look at some of the stuff that you have to deal with. Not that complicated, but just FYI. Those are the wires for the antenna mirrors, and those are the wires for the visor lights, vanity mirror lights. And then you got some Velcro holding stuff up. That's the wire for that center console. I don't even know what it's for. And then you got those little things right there. Another piece of Velcro in the center. And some Velcro up here in the back. And that's the wire for that rear turn signal indicator, or a brake light indicator right there. All right, folks, that's it. I think I'm going for good this time. Bye.